What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing good. I'm Anthony K. Thomas from Wrestling with Rumors, and welcome to Let's Talk WrestleMania Night One. Let's get into everything that was WrestleMania Night One real quick. Starting off with the beginning of the show. We kick off with John Cena in a suit, doesn't run, but gets to the ring, kind of walk fast, jogs a little bit. Anyway, gets in the ring, welcomes everybody to WrestleMania, is ready to have fun, ready to have a good time. And then we get started with the first match, which was the Usos in LA Knight versus the Vision and I Show Speed. Usos and LA Knight, they get the win in this match when Knight hits the BFT on Austin Theory. There was a moment that I Show Speed was supposed to be doing something to help win, but there was a bit of hesitation in what he was doing, and that ended up in a loss when LA Knight hit the BFT on Austin Theory. After the match, Logan Paul, very angry at I Show Speed, grabs him saying, "You cost me my WrestleMania," and throws him out of the ring, about to set him up so he can jump from the top rope down onto the table. But the Usos come in and stop that from happening. They hit Logan Paul with a 1D, and then Logan Paul rolls out of the ring. Knight sets Logan Paul up, and I Show Speed goes for the jump, hits a frog splash or a speed splash, I think, as Michael Cole, I believe, called it, and puts Logan Paul through the table, and there you go. And that was awesome to see I Show Speed do. So that was pretty cool. And then after that, I Show Speed got to yeet with the Usos. So starting out that first match, everyone having a good time. That was the first match that was part of the first hour on ESPN2. We move on to the second match, which was also part of that first hour on ESPN2, and that was Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. Now, normally in an unsanctioned match, we expect a little bit more violence, a little bit more viciousness in an unsanctioned match. But I believe that because this match was one of the first matches, that this was the second match as part of the first hour on ESPN, there was so much violence and viciousness they could do while it's being broadcast on ESPN2. I believe so. I believe so. But the match itself wasn't a terrible match. It was a good match. It was a fair match. You had chairs, you had tables, there were tools. I mean, a belt was used. Drew McIntyre took the belt from the referee and tried to use that, and Fatu got to use that match as well. This match ended when Jacob Fatu was able to hit the moonsault on Drew McIntyre as he was laying on a table, puts him through the table. Jacob Fatu gets the win in this match. Now, as far as this being over between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, I don't see it. I feel that this is going to continue. I can see us going into this Friday on SmackDown and Drew McIntyre making excuses, complaining about why he lost this match. So I see this continuing. I think an unsanctioned match eventually turns this into a possibly some kind of steel cage or even Hell in a Cell match. We could get a Hell in a Cell match from these two, possibly. We'll see how that looks moving forward on Friday. Moving on to the next match, as the rest of the night from here on is just on ESPN Unlimited. That was it for the first hour on ESPN2. So up next, we had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Irresistible Forces versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus, now originally it was supposed to be the Bella Twins, but because Nikki Bella sustained an injury leading up to WrestleMania and unable to get cleared in time for WrestleMania, they had to substitute Nikki Bella. And that substitute came in with the form of a rumor being confirmed as Paige. As Paige has returned to WWE, she was as everything that, as far as Paige signing a contract, a multi-year deal, and being confirmed and being the one to replace Nikki Bella in that tag match. All of that was confirmed when Paige showed up, made herself known, confirming it all. I was even happy. I was even being loud about it, about seeing Paige back in WWE. Welcome home to WWE to Paige. It was good to see her. And to top all of that out, not only does she come back to WWE to be a sub to replace Nikki Bella in that tag match, but she also wins the women's tag team championships alongside Brie Bella. So you got Brie Bella and Paige, new women tag team champions. Incredible. First championship for for Paige to win. I mean, she has never won the women tag team titles. So this was a big moment. And it was just a great WrestleMania overall and surprise to have Paige there and back. So hopefully we'll see her this Monday and possibly even this Friday on both Raw and SmackDown. So looking forward to that. Want to add a quick side note. We are now living in a time once again when both Paige and AJ Lee are under the same roof in the same company. Could we possibly get a rematch? Even if there's no title on the line, just a rematch between those two? Something to look forward to. And I also see once Nikki Bella gets cleared and is able to get back in the ring again, I see a turn. I see a turn happening because Nikki Bella wanted to be in that ring with her sister and be the one to win those tag team titles with her sister. So I see a turn coming once Nikki Bella gets cleared, where Brie and Paige have a match, cost the match to whoever it is, and the turn happens there. So I could see a turn happening in a near future. But moving on. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship. Decent match. Now, Becky Lynch had the Wonder Years who sing her theme song, sing her out to the ring. However, lip syncs. It was a complete lip sync on Wonder Years. So the Wonder Years were lip syncing that song, Becky Lynch's theme song to the ring. And normally you get a live performance of the theme song. So I'm sure there is some reason, whether it has to do with the lead singer's throat, that he couldn't sing, or something for why they decided to go with lip syncing instead of actually doing a live performance of Becky Lynch's theme song, which would have been dope, but it was a lip sync. Anyway, Becky Lynch wins this match, becomes a 3-time women's Intercontinental Champion. The way she got this win was, first she pulled in Jessica Carr, the ref, as AJ Lee was running toward her, and takes out Jessica Carr for a quick moment, and then grabs AJ Lee and hits her with an exposed turnbuckle, and that's how Becky Lynch won the championship. Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I guess, right? So Becky Lynch, 3-time Intercontinental Champion. As far as what happens next, I do not know. What I saw on the post show with AJ Lee, it seems like AJ Lee is going to be gone for a little bit. Not forever, but just for like a little bit. So we're probably not going to see her for like a couple of months. So if we do see her again, it will probably be around July, as we get ready for SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is August 1st and 2nd this year. So as we get close to SummerSlam and start building up to SummerSlam, it's probably when we see AJ Lee. But we may say AJ Lee this Monday, but from what I got from that interview from AJ Lee, it seems like we're not going to see her for a little bit. The next match was Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Now, as Seth Rollins enters into the ring, Gunther does not wait for the bell to ring. The second Seth Rollins gets into the ring, Gunther goes right after Seth Rollins, and the bell hasn't even rung yet, and they are fighting in and out of the ring. And finally, there's a moment where Gunther is on one side of the ring and Seth Rollins is on the other side of the ring. Seth Rollins flips the bird, double bird to Gunther. They get in the ring, the bell rings, and they have the match. This was Gunther versus Seth Rollins. I always looked at this as a detour because the original match that we were supposed to get at WrestleMania was Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. We didn't get that. We got Seth Rollins versus Gunther. So I always saw this as Seth Rollins versus Gunther as a detour, but a detour to a match where we see who is the best, a match in which Gunther wanted to have when Seth Rollins was the World Heavyweight Champion at the time, but never got. So in a way, we kind of got that match. So we get towards the end of this match, and Braun Breaker returns, showing that he is cleared, he's good to go, and spears Seth Rollins in half, throws Seth Rollins back in the ring. Seth Rollins is trying to figure out what the hell is going on, what just happened. And as he's doing that, that leaves the door open wide enough for Gunther to get in the ring, get on the chokehold, and put Seth Rollins to sleep. And Gunther is able to win at WrestleMania against Seth Rollins with a bit of an assist from Braun Breaker, but winning is winning, and Gunther got the win. After the match, Gunther hits Seth Rollins with one more spear as Braun Breaker is all the way at the top of the stage with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is happy that Braun Breaker is back and takes that moment and just bolts it back down the ramp and just cuts Seth Rollins in half with that spear. And now we're back on course for what will be Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins, possibly at Backlash. Possibly. It feels that now that we're getting back on course for this feud between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, now that they're both cleared and they're both able to get back in the ring, I feel that Backlash is where we'll see that match. Then after that match, it's the usual, it's the moment where the Hall of Famers are showcased out in the ring. AJ Styles, Stephanie McMahon had their entrance, and everyone else that was out there. It was good. It was great. It was beautiful. Excuse me. And then we got Liv Morgan versus Stephanie McMahon for the World Heavyweight Championship. Throughout this match, these two it was a battle, right? These two really were going at it, really trying to see who's the best woman at the end of this match. We had some shenanigans, not a surprise. It is Judgment Day. You knew we were going to get shenanigans, and that is what we got with Roxanne Perez and then Raquel Rodriguez doing what they need to do to ensure that Liv Morgan gets the win, and that is what they did. Liv Morgan hitting Oblivion, getting the win, and once again winning the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. For Stephanie McMahon's first WrestleMania, what a way to make her entrance. It would have been so sweet had she been able to retain. But I feel that with everything that was been going on with Liv Morgan, she got this music video and the way she was being built, it was, of course, Liv Morgan was going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And now what comes next for Stephanie McMahon, I feel like this is not over yet. I feel a rematch is coming. I feel like Backlash is the place to do that rematch. But we will see. Otherwise, good match. Then Cena comes back out to the ring and announces to everyone that lets everybody know in the crowd and at home the attendance, which was 50,816 people in attendance for WrestleMania. I'm going to do that same number. I'm going to give the same attendance for Sunday, and then also give like a total amount in tomorrow's video. But then Bianca Belair comes out, and we were so happy, so excited. We're like, yes, Bianca Belair comes back. But she comes out to the ring to confirm with all of us, to share with all of us that she is indeed pregnant. So with that, Bianca, we are not going to see Bianca Belair for a while. I would say obviously not the rest of it. So I would say we'll probably see her again, probably late to early 2028, possibly. Just speculate on when we could see Bianca Belair again. It's like it's the same thing of speculating when we'll see Naomi again. We probably won't see Naomi. If we see Naomi again this year, that'd be pretty cool. But I wouldn't count on that. We'll probably see Naomi again sometime in 27. If she does, when she is ready to come back. It's the same thing for Bianca Belair. Once she gives birth and she's with her child for a while, it's going to be a minute before Bianca Belair feels ready to be in the ring, because she's going to be a new mother and wants to spend as much time as she can with her new child. So it'll be a while. But congratulations to Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. Big things, good things, great things. Now, main event. Here we go. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Pat McAfee comes out with Randy Orton. And I posted this out when I saw how McAfee was acting, especially in the ring and posing and stuff. I'm like, he is acting like he's a Make-A-Wish kid in this match, and how he's posing and stuff. So I was like, whatever. So then Cody Rhodes comes out. He had a cool entrance as well. So once he comes out, before Alicia Taylor could even announce Cody Rhodes, could announce Randy Orton. Pardon me. Pat McAfee takes the mic and then hits Cody Rhodes with the mic, and then Randy Orton feeds on what Pat McAfee does. Then Cody Rhodes gets Randy Orton out of the ring, and then hits a crossroads on Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee rolls out to the ringside towards where the announcer tables are. He's about to set him up so he can put him through a table. But here comes Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll's like, I got this. And Jelly Roll does it. He gets on the Hispanic announcer's table, and then jumps from there onto the other announce table where Pat McAfee is, and puts him through the table. And we all cheered. We were all happy to see that. We're like, hell yeah, way to go, Jelly Roll. And we thought that was it, right? We had that little whatever, and now they're gone, and that's it. And finally, after Pat McAfee gets stretchered out, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton in the ring, match gets started. There you go. Match felt a little bit one-sided for a while because Randy Orton was having some back trouble. So it really felt that Cody Rhodes was really dominating this match. And then you get towards the end of this match, and a few things happen. First, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are bleeding, right? They're showing color. They're got some blood going. Randy Orton seemed a little bit blind from the blood, and when he thought he RKO'd Cody Rhodes, he actually RKO'd Charles Robertson, the referee, and then he finally gets it right and RKO's Cody Rhodes. Then here comes Pat McAfee with a neck brace in a referee shirt and counts the 3. Now I think he's supposed to count fast, but he doesn't count fast. He counts regular. Cody Rhodes kicks out. Randy Orton gets pissed. RKO's Pat McAfee. That is it for Pat McAfee. Thank you for that. That was awesome. And then because Randy Orton RKO'd Pat McAfee, he took his eye off the ball, and that left it open for Cody Rhodes to hit the crossroads on Randy Orton and retain the WWE Championship, which was a first for Cody Rhodes. He has won a WWE Championship at WrestleMania. He has lost the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, but he never has retained. So now he's done one of each. He walked into WrestleMania WWE Champion, and he walked out of WrestleMania, still WWE champion. However, the way WrestleMania ended was not in his favor, because after the match ended, Randy Orton took it upon himself to do what he does to complete himself as fully 2009 era Randy Orton. And he was doing this in front of the crowd was mixed for Cody Rhodes to win. So after that Randy Orton hits Cody Rhodes with the WWE Championship, puts the championship down, and then succeeds to punt the head off of Cody Rhodes. And that's something we haven't seen Randy Orton do in a long time. And that putt really completes Randy Orton 2009 era style of him. So what comes next is going to be fun. Honestly, it's going to be fun. The way WrestleMania ended with, even though Cody Rhodes successfully defended his WWE Championship, the way it ended was definitely not in his favor, as it ended with Cody Rhodes holding that WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes, more vicious, more violent, putting the head off of Cody Rhodes, which I'm sure a lot of people didn't see coming, but I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed watching. Based on the mixed reaction, Randy Orton now continuing the chase Cody Rhodes for that WWE Championship. Whether he gets number 15, when he gets number 15, it will definitely be this year. But whether it will be at Backlash, I don't see that Backlash. I could be wrong, but I feel that number 15 happens for him at SummerSlam. I feel like now we're on the next chapter of this feud, of this 20-year history between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, as now we move on to, as we're leaving the spring and heading in towards summer. I feel like this continues into the summer, and we go into SummerSlam. When we get to SummerSlam, that is when Randy Orton gets number 15 against Cody Rhodes. I could be wrong, and it could be Backlash. For all I know, it could be we get to Backlash, we get a rematch at Backlash, and it happens there. You never know. But I feel SummerSlam is the place to do it. I could be wrong, but I feel like that is the place it could happen. And really quickly, I want to say is possible matches that we could see at Backlash. I feel Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins and Io Sky versus Asuka. I feel our two possible matches we could see at Backlash. But that'll do it for now. I'm Anthony K. Thomas from Wrestling with Rumors. This has been Let's Talk WrestleMania Night One. I'll be back tomorrow for Let's Talk WrestleMania Night 2. Until then, I hope all you enjoy the rest of your night, or hope you all have a good morning, depending on when you're watching this. And I will see you all on that next one. Don't forget to take care of yourselves. Peace, y'all.